this is Marie. I just wanted to show you how to make pizza for all the family. There's no reason why you need to miss out on anything. You just, take account of how much you're having for yourself. So I get these pizza bases, so they're quite big. I get these in Lidl, and they're fresh, and they're not frozen. They're actually 24 cents for the whole pizza, but it's a good decent size. So like if you're having a quart of it for yourself, that's 6 cents for the base, and you can keep the toppings completely free. So on the base of it, I'll use some tomato puree, so you can get them in the tubes or get them in the jar. I have a bit left of both. So it's kind of a case of right now, we're just making do with what we have before we have to go and do a big shop again. So I'll try and get the most out of what I have, and I'll use other things as well to enhance meals and get the most out of stuff, And that's what all of us are doing right now, all families as well. So we have 3 kids here in this house, under 7. I think, to a head count, and they're big pizza fans, and they are very active, so they're constantly hungry as well. So I'm just going to use a bit of spatula there just to work that away around the base of the pizza. Okay, so you don't have to be anyway particular with it. It's just adding the tomato sauce on. If you want to make your own, of course you can. You can do tin of tomatoes or some tomato passata maybe, and garlic and some onions, and blitz it off and all that. There's no need to. This is a tried and tested method on my own kids, and they're quite happy with it. So onto that, I'll shake some Italian seasoning, or if you had dried oregano. This is a mixture of a few different herbs. So I'll just shake that on the pizza, so you get good flavour. Oh, actually, I'm actually going to throw on some salsa. So like, this is just like a thing you get with Doritos, but salsa is actually quite low in sins, low in fat. So a tablespoon, and this is a measuring tablespoon, this part of it here. So a tablespoon is a half a sin. So I'm going to put on, maybe put on 2 tablespoons there. So I'm just, accounting for the sins. Obviously, I'm going to be having a quart of it myself. So I can account for the sins at the end, but it's just something that's very light as well, and just adds a little bit more flavour, and heaven knows a tiny bit more veg as well for the kids. Again, it's just all about flavour as well. So like, when you're losing weight, it's not about eating less food, it's not about doing without your favourites. It is literally getting the most out of meals. So I'm just going to put on some veggies there. Now I have some red onion. There may be uproar between the kids after this, but I'm just going to put on, sprinkle on some red onion. I won't use all of it now. I have some chopped up tomatoes here. These ones are on offer in Lidl at the moment, okay? There's actually beautiful flavour. Sometimes you get tomatoes and they're very, very watery or bland. The vine ones or plum ones, there'd be great flavour in them. I'll sprinkle some of them on there now. That actually when I joined Slimming World, well, even now, tomatoes would be my favourite ingredient actually in food. When I joined Slimming World, I had a BMI of 46, and I would have ate tomatoes probably with every meal. It's gas. These are peppers that I get out of, like roasted red peppers in a jar. So again, they're speed, what we call speed. It just means they're really low in calories than other foods really, and having more of them will get you a better weight loss. So taking them out and just chopping them up on your, and just adding to any meals. You can put this into couscous, into pasta, into anything really. Even stuff it into chicken breasts or, whatever you want. I'm not going to put in too much onion because, as I said, I could be killed and could be left with pizza that's uneaten. Or that there'll be left that mommy might want to eat. And we definitely don't want mommy eating too much of it. Everything in moderation. I don't want food going to waste either, is what I'm saying. You can see there's lovely veggies there on that. Move them out of the way. So for putting on your meats, it's protein that keeps us full, okay? So topping up with meats is a great way of getting protein, getting filling power, especially when the kids are so active now and trying to keep them entertained, keep them going. So I have some chicken here. This is just literally 2 chicken breasts are inside here, and I have it seasoned with some sea salt and a bit of Cajun seasoning. A small bit, not too much, because you want it to be too hot. And again, to your own liking, really. Just pop that on there now, and I'm just going to spread it out a little bit. So good filling power as well. And now if you want to use pepperoni or chorizo or any of those, they will be thinned. You can thin them if you want, meaning that they, you'll be using your treats because they're high in calories. There's obviously oils in them, so I'm not going to put them on my side, but the kids do love them. and this will soften the blow of having vegetables underneath them as well. So we'll put a few on one side for the kids. That should keep them happy. Put it over that side. I'll keep half the pizza free because it'll be between Con and myself as well. So also you can put in, you know, little things like this, like Irish lean diced bacon bits. These are in Super Value. These are free. You might get a little piece of one or two that will have white, so you'll know the fat on it. But you can just sprinkle that in, be lovely with your chicken as well. And these are great because you can put these into frittatas or crustless quiches or on top of the baked potato with other stuff. They're just quick to have because they cook off very fast into breakfast in the morning, baked breakfast bowl or whatever you want to have. Scoop them out there. So that's again protein and that's filling power. So it's not like about you having to not be able to have the whole pizza for yourself, but you having a good chunk of it that's really high in filling power as well. And just to show you for the just to wipe my hands for a second. When you're talking about cheese, you can put whatever cheese you want on to top up on your pizza. And I usually would use mozzarella, but I don't have it. The fresh one that's in a ball, or that would be in the brine in the bag, the low fat one of that is 70 grams, which is a huge amount of cheese. I don't have it at the moment because it wouldn't be available in my local shop, but we just would use cheddar. So I have two different types here. One is mixed with a bit of mozzarella that I'm going to use for the kids because again, we're really low on stock, so it's just about making the most. But I grated other cheddar myself, and just to show you that I have a lot more, there's 80 grams here and 80 grams here. Don't worry about the size of the bowl, just look about the quantity, what it looks like of cheese. This one looks like there's a way more in it, and that's because I grated it myself. So when you grate with a grater, the finer, because it's fine, you get a lot more out of it. So I literally just used Charleville lighter, it says lighter here. Very hard to see now with the writing, but Charleville lighter cheese. There was only a small piece left, but I still got the full 80 grams out of it. And this is 80 grams of the other cheese, has bigger shards. So it just means, because they're the kind of foods we do have to watch, like cheese, and ones that are good, these are good for our health. So these are regarded as our Healthy Extra A in Slimming World. Good for our health, it's high in calcium, but you know, we only need a certain amount because it is high in calories as well. So it's a measured amount, so it's 40 grams of lighter cheddar, or it is 30 grams of 30 grams of full fat cheddar. So we have two full amounts here for myself and Con. So I'm just going to spread it evenly on the other half. And it just means that if I didn't want to use the full amount, I could use part of this and still probably get enough covering on my pizza, which I can see straight here. There's loads of cheese anyway on it. But I'm not planning on having cheese and anything else today, so I'll keep going and use my full amount on it. But it means that if you were really a cheesy person, you could use part of your allowance on here by grating it finer and use the other half on something else, if that makes sense. You're just getting more value because you're grating it yourself. As you can see, the shards are much smaller than the pre-grated one, so actually it just bulks up more. All right, so there's my pizza ready to pop into the oven. Because it's a fresh base, it'll only take about 10 or 12 minutes to cook. So I'll show you what it'll look like when it's finished. And there we have it, after about 12 minutes, beautiful cooked pizza. Jesus, I'm on a different schedule altogether. Beautiful pizza. So 6 cents and a quarter for the salsa. So 6 cents for the base, quarter for the salsa, and 1 full Healthy Extra A for the cheese. Just move that out of the way there now. So I'm just having this as a lunch. I could have, it's for all the family, it's for 5 of us. The 3 kids will share 1/2, and my husband and myself will have a quarter each. So I have 2 decent slices out of it as well. And it's topped with a lot of filling, bacon and chicken, and some lovely speed veg in there as well, and beautiful flavour. So I could salad with it if I want, but I don't, because, you know, I don't feel hungry enough to have it. This is perfect, this will do me. And I have the dinner popping into the oven there now, and it'll be ready in about an hour and a half. So this will be more than enough for me to keep me going. 2 slices of pizza on a Friday evening. Perfect and fully food optimized.